tons of opportunities to use this lock. We've explored the thumbs pointed toward the elbow, break the wrist down, press in on the knuckles, aim the elbow. Thumbs pointed toward the fingers, break the wrist down, aim the elbow. We looked at another alternative where you use the entire palm to break the wrist down, and again, aim the elbow. I keep tension on the wrist and then aim the elbow in the direction I want my subject to go. One other application of this, which many of us have seen in standard subject control training, transport wrist lock is a flexed wrist lock. It would be a variation off what we did here, combined with our entangled arm lock. Notice I'm making sure Brian's elbow comes up into my chest. Then as I lock down on the wrist, I can accompany that with the other hand and press in and down. There's no place for the wrist to go but the hospital, because the elbow can't move, so this flexion lock is in very, very tight. It comes out of a straight arm bar, where somebody pulls in on the arm. You simply pop this in here, drive it into your chest or ribs, and crunch down on the wrist. It also comes out of the entangled arm lock that we've already studied, where you start to break it down, get the elbow in your chest, then break down the wrist. You can also reach under the arm to get this lock, but then you drive in and down. I like to use my tummy as part of the leverage here to keep that elbow locked into place. So again, some options on this. Instead of simply guiding the wrist lock, now we're going to confirm the wrist lock by limiting the motion that the elbow has. The elbow is where this is pressing against. So if I can restrict the motion of Brian's elbow, the wrist lock is going to be more effective. So coming in here, over the top, driving it into my chest or ribs. I can come here, under the arm, again grabbing on top of the knuckles, pressing the knuckles down, and then pulling that into my stomach. Confirming it from the over-under arm lock, breaking in here, and then taking a hold of it. Pushing back on his shoulder, keeping the elbow pressed into my chest, making sure the elbow can't move so the wrist lock is in effect. From the other side, just so you see it from the back side, I'm pressing down on the knuckles so that the wrist flexes. Coming over the arm, pressing into my body, and then pulling back on the knuckles. Also, coming under the arm, pressing that elbow into my stomach, and pulling back on the knuckles. In an extreme situation where you need to get this guy on the ground, you can just simply fall down with this and he will come with you, just to avoid the pain. So, options: thumbs toward the fingers, use the elbow to guide. Thumbs toward the elbow, use the elbow to guide. Hand over, raise the elbow, buckle the wrist in, use the elbow to guide. Or coming in over the arm, pushing the elbow into your chest, then grabbing over the hand and pushing in tight. Or coming under the arm, bumping the elbow in, holding the wrist against the elbow so the wrist has no place to go but the physical therapy ward. More variations on your flexed wrist lock.